Johnny Manziel wore a Diego Pavia jersey on the sideline, hoping to see some deja vu of his 2012 performance at Bryant-Denny Stadium. But the year is 2025, and instead the quarterback in crimson flashed the money sign as time expired.
Take a look at the scenery around us. What a historic city here in San Antonio. We're not too far from the Alamo. More history about to be made right here in the national championship game.
Starting quarterback for the Crimson Tide is one of the most coveted spots in college football. Well, now Ty Simpson gets to assume that role, something he waited years for.
Well, Nashville is home to many one-hit wonders, but much like the people right here at the Country Music Hall of Fame, John Calipari is not one of them. At Kentucky, he won 6 SEC tournament titles. Well, now he's under a new record label, making music with the Arkansas Razorbacks.
It is a very exciting time in your career. The Last Outlaw is on his last ride, as you said, on January 1st. Why did you decide that now's the time for that?
Well, you can fit almost 2 Nevilles inside State Farm Arena, but still the stage was not too big for Auburn here at the Sweet 16. In fact, the Tigers felt just at home here in Atlanta when it mattered most.
Catching a foul ball at a baseball game is never easy. That's why I had to buy this one for $6.99 somewhere on the highway. But some people here in the stands didn't need their credit cards to achieve the ultimate souvenir. I tried to learn from them the art to catching the foul ball.
What do you say to young players, maybe like Tahad, that didn't have the best game today, but to keep their confidence up, because we got bigger games ahead coming up here?
Yeah, I'll roll with that little sucker all day, every day, man.
Every school has their unique traditions. Well, here at Boaz, they do this when they score touchdowns. Yeah, there you go. How about that? Big Game Friday night coverage continues in a little bit. One time I left the house without my keys, my wallet, and my phone. 0 for 3. Well, that's what Alabama's loss to Tennessee kind of felt like. It was a heartbreaker to a hated rival. It might have taken them out of a 1-seed spot in the NCAA tournament. And worst of all, it gave Auburn the undisputed SEC regular season title. Ouch. Maybe that connection between coach and players didn't exist early in the season. Maybe the competitive toughness wasn't quite instilled yet. But it was all there tonight, and it allowed Alabama to pull off a 3-point win here between the hedges. The tagline of this event, I'm seeing it everywhere, is opening statement. What opening statement did you just make as Alabama A&M's new men's basketball coach? The Columbia Eagles have made history for all the wrong reasons. They haven't won a game in almost 10 years, and their 91-game losing streak is the longest in the country. Who in their right mind would want to take on a job like that? Well, enter Sammy Coates, an Auburn legend who can quickly become a legend right here in Huntsville by simply winning one game. Charleston Owens out to Zion Williams. This duo, the biggest thing to reach private schools since Sperry's came out. Claude Brown wasn't so much named Alabama A&M starting quarterback. He won the job.
Not only been the leader of the offense, but the leader of the team, and he does it every day.
The team runs, I was out front. You know, I was leading, I was competing.
Get all the way in the white.
And that's all I want to do is prove to people that believe in me right.
But Claude wasn't just content with being a Division I quarterback. He wanted to take on another challenge.
I love the game of golf. My dad introduced it to me whenever I was maybe 10 years old. He and I are best friends, so he got into golf when I was a kid, so therefore I got into golf.
He rediscovered his passion for the game in college. Then he had an idea in the spring. What if he joined A&M's golf team as a walk-on?
It's a 2-putt par, Sunday red style.
I play football. Is that something that's possible? You know, it's just kind of a half-court shot.
There we go.
Much like a chip in.
Walk it in. Walk it in.
The shot went in.
I told you, Trevor, I had one for you, bro.
And the Bulldogs allowed him to join the team.
So after that 11:15 meeting, basically I was done with football for the day. So I go to lunch, and then I go to the golf course.
He's played in multiple SEC stadiums, but playing NCAA golf for the first time?
First round ever that I played with those guys, I was shaking, I'm nervous.
Brown improved his game and got to play in multiple tournaments. It's also helped him as a quarterback.
I wasn't used to this motion, loading the back hip, transferring weight, and rotating on that back leg.
But his purpose on the course can't just be measured by strokes or how much it's helped him in football.
I play golf too. They're like, golf, you know? So like, I mean, I'm a 6'5" black dude with braids. Like, I don't look like a golfer, you know what I'm saying? Stereotypically, but it's a game that I love, man. I'm trying to, bring more black guys into it, to try to introduce it to my friends, because I know I'll be able to beat them forever, if they start playing golf.
He has brought new eyes to the game.
We're dancing. Let's go.
He's got over 30,000 followers on Instagram, mostly with golf content.
Like, I was at Dick's Sporting Goods the other day, and somebody was like, "Oh, you're quad." I'm like, "Yeah," and I thought he was about to say something about football. I was like, "Dude, your golf stuff is dope." I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, "Well, you know, I play football too."
Quad's dealt with multiple coaching changes, season-ending injuries, and transfers. So, of course, he'd also take on one of the most challenging sports there is.
This is not an easy putt. Grew up with 3 siblings in the home. We had what we needed, but we didn't have much, you know. So my whole life has been challenging. I've been, you know, so groomed to be comfortable with adversity.
And now he's ready to take on any challenge as the Bulldogs' starting quarterback.
I'm really excited to be in the position that I'm in. Don't take it for granted. And I'm ready for the opportunity to give myself and this team the best chance to win this WAC and win the Celebration Bowl.
With coverage you can count on, I'm Trevor Denton, Way 31 Sports. Jordan-Hare Stadium. Those 3 words elicit awe and even the most unflappable of people.
That place is haunted.
That place is haunted.
Could that be true? Are supernatural forces at play when the Tide go to Jordan-Hare?
I don't believe in the haunted kind of craziness that, you know, everybody tongue-in-cheek jokes about. I just believe it's a very tough environment to play in. And let me tell you something, when the game gets rocking and rolling and they have a little bit of success and they get some momentum going, it's a hard place to come back out of.
So one coach says haunted, another one says no way. But what if I consulted a different type of expert, a paranormal head coach, if you will? Kevin Thompson has been giving ghost tours around Huntsville for almost 20 years.
The story takes a whole other turn.
Thompson said the first step to enjoying his tours is accepting the impossible. But I was already there. I've been to Jordan-Hare Stadium. So in Kevin's eyes, what makes a building haunted?
What has happened inside of it? What energies are left behind? Then what can we validate? We don't just want to tell a fanciful story. We want to be able to validate it.
We've seen it all.
Significant events. Extreme outputs of energy.
Auburn's gonna win the football game.
Verifiable evidence of history.
So Nick could have been experiencing the release of that energy, and it's seen as paranormal when perhaps it's very normal.
AL.com's Matt Stahl conducted a much deeper investigation, going outside the stadium with a paranormal expert. The results were inconclusive.
I don't think you were ever going to prove, for what we know, that it's definitively haunted over there, but yeah, you can't prove that it's not.
There's an unmistakable energy during the Iron Bowl. Thompson would say it's spirits. But even if you don't believe in ghosts, it's a game worth soaking in, both because of the present and what's happened there in the past.
As those audience members are sitting in those seats, how much history has actually happened there that they're taking for granted and they're missing? And whatever the ticket sales are, there's a lot more people in that stadium than they realize.
Dale Pruitt is a high school football lifer.
I've enjoyed it. Don't know anything else that I could do because I can't change oil in my car.
But he's changed a lot of players' lives and won a lot of games while doing it. In fact, he's won 330 games since becoming a head coach in 1982.
It's been a fun ride.
But the ride almost ended before this season. He considered retiring to help his wife navigate health issues. Then his son Jeremy stepped in with a different idea.
He said, "No, I don't do that." Said, "We don't know what's going to happen." He said, "But if you'll stay, I'll help you."
The former Tennessee head coach and Alabama defensive coordinator was on the staff last year. But this season, he's taken on an even larger role to help out his dad.
It's just worked out, and I think he's happy. I think he enjoys doing what he's doing, we're extremely blessed to have him.
So the Bears players get hands-on instruction from someone who's led an SEC program and coached in national championship games.
But usually the bad thing about it is usually when we have a disagreement, he's right, and of course he thinks he's right all the time, but most of the time he is.
With the two Pruitts side by side, Plainview went from 12 wins the last 3 seasons to an 11-0 record this year. They'll play in the second round of the playoffs this Friday.
They just keep playing. We've got behind in a lot of ball games this year, and early, but most of them hadn't been close late.
Dale feels great physically, but he doesn't know if this will be his last season as a head coach. Reports say Jeremy is heading back to the college ranks sooner rather than later. But right now, Dale is enjoying a year that also included his son Luke coaching Boaz to the playoffs. It's a perfect season, and not just because of Plainview's perfect record.
And my wife is feeling well enough now that she went to one of Luke's games this year when we were playing off and drove herself to Boaz and back and that kind of stuff. So it's a family thing.
For Dale, football is a family thing, this year more than ever.
That's kind of the way it is. We're pretty much football people.